wanted to transition into the half-hour mark, which is strike a chord, where if you actually physically or digitally pick up that record, you're going to know these tracks. And we got the one and only LiLi Joy. She is a singer-songwriter. She was a member of Team Blake on NBC's The Voice. Now she's 18 years old. She's returning to the Chris Collins Show. And now look at you. You are styling and profiling as always. LiLi Joy, how's it going, fam?
Hi, it's going good. How are you?
We are fabulous. And before we begin, I want to remind the listening audience that we got a brand new podcast series out right now. It's called Off the Fret, featuring the Blowies as our inaugural guest. More music talk. Out now wherever you listen to podcasts. So, LiLi, I mean, it's so good to see you. I mean, what have you been doing during this whole pandemic? I mean, talk to me. What's going on, fam?
Oh my gosh, I've just been making a ton of music, just writing. If there's one good thing that's come out of all of this, it's just been time to create. And I've definitely taken advantage of that. I have like 4 or 5 songs on deck just from this last year alone. So it's been a hard time, but it's also some good things have come out of it.
Yeah, so you just recently turned 18 years old, and as a young artist, how are you dealing with adversity during this crazy pandemic? Because obviously you missed out on prom, I'm assuming. You missed out on homecoming. Does that play like a mental burden on you? Because I feel bad for you on a level. I mean, we've talked about this in the past, Marissa, about how a part of your childhood growing up as a young adolescent kind of went away like pixie dust. And how are you combating some of this today?
Yeah, it's really interesting because I feel like a lot of the people who are currently 18, um, I've talked to a few different people our age, and we all kind of said it felt like we went to bed one night and we were 16, and we woke up and we were 18, and all of a sudden we were expected to behave as adults when we basically lost those 2 years. It feels like no time has gone by. It feels like that we just woke up one day and it was like, oh, you're 18 now.
I had no idea you were 18, honestly, and I follow you, right? And I was like, I hit up your manager. I'm like, hey, I don't know if LiLi can sign our contract because she's not 18. She's like, she's 18. I'm like, that's how much I lost your year too. I was like, oh my God, she graduated high school. That's right. She's
LiLi, that is such an interesting comment. You say, you go to sleep, you're 16, and then you wake up and then you turn 18. I used to joke with my producer, during our 2-week hiatus that I feel with the return of live music, I mean, globally, I mean, it's slowly starting to sparse out, but I feel a teenage angst coming when it comes to live events. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I feel like it's definitely going to be a way to get everything out for us. A lot of us just feel like really confused right now, and I feel like it's having music back in full swing and having live events back in full swing. I'm going to my first concert next week and I'm super excited. It definitely makes a difference. I feel like
Who are you seeing? It's your first concert. Who are you seeing?
I'm still Woozy.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, since you're going to concerts next week, you aren't skeptical about the return of live music. So if someone were to hit you up right now and would say hey, you're gonna go play at the Wiltern tonight, you would just grab your gear and just go? You don't care? I mean,
definitely. I'm fully vaccinated, so I feel a little bit more comfortable about it. So it's a little easier.
How do you feel about some of the people today? I know the comedian Jim Bauer, he's coming out and he's saying that he's not going to perform at any venue who requires a vaccine, card to be in place. I mean, would you be that kind of individual who would only play at, vaccine card venues, or would you just be kind of freewheeling it and kind of see how it goes?
I mean, it depends. I think that I would prefer for people to be vaccinated, but I've seen some venues that do a vaccination card or a COVID test. I think that's pretty good too.
Yeah, because all
Um,
I can say is you and I, we both live in SoCal. I mean, it's coming. I mean, when they tell you you can't go to the bar without your Vax card, I mean, expect to see it in the live events. But you know what? We wanted to leave enough time to be able to play at least a music video right now. I mean, we love this one. Also, a Cal State alum actually shot this music video. Marissa, you know the gentleman's name. I'm having a brain fart right now. But
Moses Israel.
exactly. Moses is a phenomenal individual. You were a lucky cat, LiLi Joy, to be working with him because we love the music video, and you will too, CCS family. This is LiLi Joy, and this is her track, Float, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show.
I can see all the cracks in your concrete. To me they look pretty neat. Rainbow colors you just can't see. Clyde and Bonnie of 2002. Think of all the things we could do. We could do. I wish you could see what I see in you. 'Cause baby it's true, I wouldn't lie to you. Honey, till we reach the stars, we don't have to go too far. Oh, let's float away. Baby, it's not a damn thing. Pack back, we'll go today. Oh, let's float away. I'm in love with the truth that you speak. It feels like the sun at the sea. You beautiful masterpiece. I wish you could see what I see in you. 'Cause baby it's true, I wouldn't lie to you. Honey, till we reach the stars, we don't have to go too far. Oh, let's float away. Baby, it's not a damn thing. Pack a bag, we'll go today. Oh, let's float away. I can see all the cracks in your concrete. To me they look pretty neat. Rainbow colors you just can't see.
Yeah, that's what's good. That is LiLi Joy, and that is her music video, Float. And I want to remind the listening audience that you're listening to Strike a Chord, where if you physically or digitally pick up those records, you're going to know these tracks. And LiLi Joy, we're stoked to be able to play one of your brand new singles up next. It's called Dandelion. And I have to say, you sound like you've been singing for a long time, because to me, your vocal tones on this new single are projected as if you're like an old soul singer, if that makes any sense to you. What
Thank
does
you.
Dandelion mean to you?
So Dandelion was definitely a song about growing up. I wrote this one during the beginning of the pandemic. And it was just like getting mixed signals about growing up and what you should do, what you should be like, and just trying to push through all that, I guess. Yeah.
But what about like in an artist perspective? Like what would you say to young up and coming artists that put their focus on music during these times of, let's say, uncertainty?
I would say just keep your head down and just keep making things. Like, as much as it feels like hopeless, like it can feel hopeless sometimes. It really can. It feels sometimes like you're talking into a void, and like I totally get it. But like if you just keep pushing forward and just keep putting it out, whatever you have, just put it out. Like I think you're gonna feel so much better and you'll see things moving for you.
Absolutely. And I know the opening lyric to Dandelion, you sing the following: time keeps on moving, but I just can't get it right. It comes in strides, signs, they keep asking where I'm going. I stand by for the ride. It's like you're coming across as a free bird, kind of going with the flow no matter what obstacles are in your ways. But if more millennials, including your generation, Gen Z, lived by this mindset, do you believe the world would be a happier place, or is it different for everybody?
I think so. And like like I wrote this song saying that thing, like just keep, going with the flow. Like obviously that's how I wrote it, but like even I have trouble with trying to plan my whole future out, and like I feel like it can be either way. Like you can try to plan things out, but ultimately you just got to take things as they come to you and just just go with the flow and don't think too much.
Okay, and while you've been in the pandemic, you've been just letting things come to you as it goes. So what are some of those things? I mean, have you done like a hobby that you're like, oh my gosh, I would have never done this, but now that the pandemic has got me stopped on my ass, doing nothing, just being stayed put at home. Has there been anything that you picked up that you're doing now?
Yeah, I think
Sorry, I'm trying to record Zoom.
Yeah, stop.
Go ahead and do it again.
okay.
I got like a
I
thing
think
talking about you.
It's their new feature. They're like,
That's all good,
now
it's all
you
good."
are recording. Now you are not recording. Sorry, I hate Zoom. Continue.
No, it's okay. No, one of the things I started embroidering, like hand embroidering at the beginning of the pandemic, and that
Yeah,
was
you are an old soul. Go on.
yeah, I don't know. It was just like there's something about it that was just like so fun, and it came really natural. So I was just like, okay. And then like I think I would say that I started cooking a little bit more. Because we were just home so much. And then obviously I stuck with my old hobbies, just like writing and stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, you know what? I stepped up in my cooking, as I like to say. I know how to put a minute 30 on my hot pocket. So if you want to invite me out to a cookout anytime soon, Chris Collins is there all the way. But you know what, Marissa and I, we're beyond stoked that you gave us the brand new single to be able to play live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. So here's LiLi Joy, her brand new single, Dandelion.
Signs
Yeah, that's what's good. That is LiLi Joy, and that's her brand new single, Dandelion, out now wherever you listen to music at. But hey, this is Strike a Chord, where if you physically or digitally pick up that record, you're going to know these tracks, and we got the one and only, the fabulous LiLi Joy with us. Whoa, whoa, whoa! But you know what? This summer, you recorded a live rendition of Patsy Cline's iconic track, Crazy, which I don't see or hear too many Gen Z artists recording early 1960s classics as covers. So why this song?
This honestly, because all of my music is so inspired by the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. Like that was like what I grew up on, like as far as like when I was like developing as an artist. So I really wanted to showcase one of the songs that I like really enjoy, and I just wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to do my own little rendition of it.
Why did Crazy resonate with you, and what does crazy mean? You know, like in your world.
It's a sassy song. Like I really think it's just about like, I was so dumb to fall for you. I was so crazy to fall in love with you. And it's just like, it's really just being like, wow. I don't know. I like it. It's almost like, it's very inadvertently like, almost, I don't want to say feminist, but kind of feminist in the fact where like, she's like, wow, I was so dumb. And I really think that's
what do you say to people who, and this is like older people who say this, that say you're too young to really grasp what the crazy in love and what all that, you know, entails in this song?
I don't think that it's an age thing. I feel like every age has had situations like this where they've fallen for somebody and it just was like, wow, I was definitely blindsided by my feelings. And I don't even think it has to be romantic. I think it could be any type of relationship where you're putting in too much effort. So I don't think you have to be a certain age to understand that, for sure.
Interesting. Okay. I usually like to break it down by like the 6-month period. You know, you date for 6 months, it's all cute and all that kind of shit. And then all of a sudden, once we make that 6-month mark, it's like, do I really want to go another 6 months? Because then it's going to be a year. And then that's kind of crazy wild love that I would assume Marissa's talking about. But I did want to.
No, I'm talking about the crazy love where it's like, I need to get a gun and maybe shoot you because you are a jerk. And you took all of my feelings and you took everything and you crushed me and I gave you 1,000 and you gave me -10.
Is that what you were thinking, LiLi Joy, when she brought that up? I don't know. But you know,
yeah.
God, oh, okay. Maybe you, lady.
I think, Chris, you have never
this
experienced
is why I'm not
crazy
dating
love.
any
LiLi
women
Joy
anytime soon.
I have, not Chris.
But I have to say, I thought it was a really
God.
interesting choice that you chose Crazy by Patsy Cline, because back in the day when she wrote that song, I don't know if you know this, LiLi Joy, but she was kind of known as like a country artist that kind of delved into what we now know as the pop world. Was that some of the influence of why you chose that track?
Not necessarily, but I do love old country music, so that also was a part of it. But I do admire her as an artist for sure, like her ability to be versatile in that type of way.
And all I can say is, if Patsy Cline was still with us, I think she would be beyond blessed to hear this rendition of Crazy. And why don't we just let the CCS family know what's good? This is LiLi Joy. Check it out now. This is Crazy by Patsy Cline.
Right. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I know you'd love me as long as you wanted. Then someday you leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I
is LiLi Joy, and that's her cover of Crazy by Patsy Cline. And, it would be such a disservice for me not to mention this during the last minute, but, we obviously love your natural hair. Your natural hair is beautiful. But have you ditched the iconic look that you used to rock 2 years ago? Is there no more wig in the future for LiLi Joy?
Yeah, I think at the moment, the wigs definitely took a break. I think that, I still love doing fun things like that, but I feel like it's like a on an occasion basis.
I think the occasion is when we get out of this crazy pandemic. I mean, we might actually see that alter ego come out one more time. Possibly. We'll see what's up. But LiLi Joy, you are phenomenal. We're beyond stoked to have you return to the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, especially for a season 10. And I have to say, you have been on the most out of all Strike a Chord artists, and that's how much Marissa and I love you, fam. And
We
much
do.
success.
She's amazing. She's an amazing singer, an actor, a human.
Exactly.
Like, you're just all that in a bag of chips.
And you've supported us since day one, always showing up to the studio when we actually used to be physically in person, and we miss you, fam. And one day, hopefully, I can give you one big high five. But thanks again for joining the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show.